pushing to say people need help right now and we need to send out checks.
Kamala Harris is saying that the Democratic Party is the one that pushed out the stimulus checks back in 2020, and that Trump administration didn't want the checks to go out. But it was the Democratic Party that pushed for those stimulus checks to go out. And what Trump did was he just put his name on the check, so he really didn't even want the checks to go out. But what the bitch forgot to tell this faggot ass man right here is that 2 years later, everybody who got those stimulus checks had to pay that shit back. And I'm not trying to be on Trump's side or Kamala Harris' side, but 2 years later, you got to pay back the stimulus check that was given to us. I can see why Trump probably didn't want us to have the stimulus checks, because the motherfucker probably already knew that 2 years later we were going to have to pay that shit back. See, she didn't mention that part. She didn't mention how all of these letters went out to American citizens that got those stimulus checks saying that you got to repay that money back. And then you got his ass laughing, saying, you talking about the stimmies. And the way they talking, the way him and Kamala is talking, is almost like they are making fun at the poor people. You talking about them little stimmy checks? Them little stimmies? I heard they were stimmy. They don't call them stimmy, they call them stimmy. They are basically laughing at our asses. You know them little stimmy checks they was giving out to the people? Look at the way that they talk about American citizens. And she's saying, yeah, those checks. Like, they talk about us like we are fucking rodents. And it's like American citizens cannot wake up to the fact that they are nothing but slaves living in a controlled motherboard. She trying to make it seem like that Trump didn't want nothing to do with the stimulus check. I can see why he didn't want us to have nothing to do with them stimulus checks. Because 2 years later, we have to repay that shit back. People did their taxes back in 2023 and didn't even get the money that they were supposed to get because they had to pay back the stimulus checks that you claimed that the Democratic Party approved of. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's why I be saying our eyes is open to the truth. The truth is right there. It's up to you to want to see what you want to see. And the way that they are talking, and he left, we call them stimmies. Stimmies. Like, there's no way in hell that you got all these billionaires across the United States. The United States of America got more billionaires alone than any other country, but yet it got the most poorest citizens in the world. We got more billionaires that live in America than any other nation, but America is one of the most poorest country when it comes down to citizens. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates alone can give each citizen in the United States of America $1 billion and they would still be billionaires. Think about that, people. Like, and then I hear some people, well, you're not supposed to count their pocket. That's their money. That's their money while you struggling. They making billions off of you. They making billions off of your back. And they making fun at the way that they're giving it. Like we give them the little stimmies checks. Like the fuck? Now how would they feel if the role was reversed? That the poor people were the billionaires and the millionaires, and these celebrities and these billionaires and millionaires, they were poor. How would they react if we were the millionaires and billionaires giving them little stimmy checks? They would be all in their fucking feelings, right? But we as American citizens, we don't see this shit. And I'm like, and now that I have finally awakened to see the truth, now that I have finally awakened out the program, I cannot believe that I have been living in this shit. That my mother, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, my great-great-great-grandmother have been living in this shit. And the thing about it is that what is going on in the world right now has always been going on. It's just that we is waking up to see it. But what's going on right now in 2024, the same thing was going on 2,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago, the same shit, it had been going on always. Because time only repeats itself. The same shit always been going on. It's just that some of us is waking up to see the shit. And can you see the type of condition that we live in? Today are making fun at us. We are the laughing stock. And it's not just the United States citizens. You got billions of people that is all over this planet that is living on the trenches. And you got billionaires and millionaires that is looking down at them, spitting on them. We have been spitted and shitted on every fucking day. And we are so deep in the program till we don't even notice. And remember, they already told us that you got more NPCs on this planet than people that got spirits and souls. So even though it's 8 billion people that lives here, it's about maybe a few millions that actually has a conscience. And think about it. If we got billions of NPCs and we got maybe a few millions that is not, that means 2 out of 10 people really have a conscience. So every 10 people, it could be at least 2 people that actually have a conscience. That means that when you go outside, you are likely to find maybe 1 or 2 other people that is just like you. Like, what the fuck type of shit is that? That's why I said when you open up that third eye, when you become awakened, it's like a new world of its own. Because it's like that all-seeing eye, especially, it just... And it frustrates you. Because it's like, what the fuck? That's why I tell people all the time, if you hear people saying that they are awakened and they got their third eye and they living in La La Land, they are a fucking lie. When you have your third eye open and you can see all things, you are awakened, your life is more crazier. You got a lot of people that got their third eye open that they wish they could close it. Because you see everything for what it is. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like every day you blocking shit. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, there's no fuck. It's just bad. And I'm so glad that we got a lot of people that is waking up right now. Because the fact that so many people is waking up right now, that means that the program is failing. Because the program is failing because the energy is getting weaker. So the more the energy get weaker, the people that is meant to be aware, the people that is meant to see is going to see. So I'm glad that a lot more people is becoming more aware. I'm glad that more people's third eye is opening, because that means that the energy is getting weak. That means the curse is wearing off. That means that the program is getting weak. And the energy is getting extremely weak to where we can actually see. It's almost like our eyes was closed. It's like we were the Walking Dead. We was walking with our eyes closed, and now our eyes are beginning to slowly wake up. And it's like once it's open, that bitch is open. And remember, and once it's open, you cannot close it. When you open up that third eye, you can never close it again, because that bitch is open for the rest of your life. No matter how bad you try to close it, the only thing that you can do with that third eye being open, the only thing you can do is play dumb. That's the only thing you can do. And playing dumb is more crazier than actually being dumb, because the fact that you know that you gotta play dumb and you know the truth and you gotta play dumb, it's gonna fuck you up even more. Imagine you in a group of people. You sitting in a group with 20 people. It's you and 20 other people. And the shit that they are talking about, you know that it's bullshit. It's either you're going to entertain that conversation and just be a part of the group, or you're going to leave, or you're going to talk your truth, and everybody going to look at you like you the outside. Like, what the fuck are you? So you're going to have to make the truth. You're going to play dumb and be in the group. And then you shortening yourself. Because it's like, I really don't want to be here, but shit, I don't got nothing else. Or you're going to just speak your truth, and then they're going to look at you like you weird, because none of them know what you're talking about, or you're going to just leave. This is why a lot of people with their third eye open, they become introverts. Because there's nobody around them that can see what they can see. They can't have the same conversations that the normal person will have. This is why people with their third eye open, people that is awakened, they are introverts. Because people can't look at life and they can't see life. They can't envision life the way that person can see it. And I'm glad I'm a fucking introvert.